Hi guys, Luke here, and today we're going to take a look at fixing and smoothing skin in Photoshop. Now the technique I'm about to show you is used in pretty much any photo you'd see in a fashion magazine, for example, and it gives the illusion of completely smooth, flawless skin. Now that technique I'm going to show you is a pretty simple way of smoothing skin. There are more advanced ways of doing it, which take a lot longer and as such produce slightly more realistic results, but the way I'm going to show you is still very convincing. So let's get on with it. Here I have an image of a girl on the phone, and as you can see, we've got a few blemishes on the face, sort of a few freckles just everywhere around here on the skin. And what we're going to do is get rid of those and then smooth the skin to give an even complexion. So what I'm going to do is just start off by creating a new layer, and I'm going to call this one blemishes. And what we need to do now is merge all our visible layers into one layer. Now the reason we do that is so that the changes we make on our new layer can affect everything that we've done so far, and it's something you'll be doing a lot when you do your retouching. So it's definitely a good idea to learn the shortcut for that. And on a Mac that's Command Option Shift and E, and on a PC obviously that's Control Alt Shift and E. So now that we've done that, we're going to get to work and get rid of these blemishes. So what I'm going to do is select the Spot Healing tool, which is this tool here. You can press J, which is the shortcut for that. Just going to zoom in a little bit. Start here on the forehead. Whoop, too much. I'm just going to zoom out a little bit. Okay, that's better. Now all we need to do with this tool is literally sort of adjust the brush size to sort of match the blemish, maybe a little bit bigger than the blemish itself. And if you're wondering how I'm adjusting the brush size, it's with the left and right square bracket keys. And all we need to do now is click, and they disappear just like magic. What it's doing is it's sampling the area around your brush and filling in where you click with what it's sampled. So I'm just going to head around the image here and get rid of all the little blemishes I can see. And what I'll probably do is kick into time lapse now, just so you don't have to watch me go around the entire face, and then I'll see you when I'm done. Okay, so our skin is already looking quite clear just by removing the small blemishes on our face, but we're going to further improve this now by smoothing the skin. Now how do we smooth the skin in Photoshop? Well, all we're really doing is blurring the skin so it looks smooth without it looking too fake. Okay, so we're going to make a new layer now. I'm going to call it smoothing, and then we're going to use our lovely shortcut that we learned earlier to merge all the layers into the new layer. And once we've done that, we're going to go up to Filter, Blur. We're going to add a surface blur. Now what you want to do is kind of over blur it so she looks pretty much like a doll, because what you're going to do then is sort of lower the opacity until it looks real, and you can sort of adjust it how you like it. It's the kind of safe way of doing things is always overdo it at first. You can always lower the opacity of the layers after. That's one rule that you should always stick to when you're working with photos in Photoshop. Okay, so that's looking pretty damn blurred. I'm going to click OK. It's going to render it. Okay, so it's added the blur. Now obviously it's blurred the entire image, and all we want to do really is blur the face or the skin or whatever you're working on. So how are we going to correct that? Well, we're going to add a layer mask by clicking this button down here, and then we're going to invert the mask so that you can't see this layer at all. Remember, on this layer all we've done is blur it. So basically we're just going to get rid of that blur. We're going to hide it with this layer by inverting the mask. And I'm going to do that by holding Command and pressing I, which is the shortcut for it, and on a PC that would be Control and I. So that we've inverted the layer, we need to sort of show the mask on the bits that we want to be blurred. So what we're going to do is grab our brush, paint with white, and what this is going to do, it's going to reveal the mask wherever we paint with white. So it's going to show the blur wherever we paint. So I'm just going to start painting over the skin here. And as you can see, it's going pretty smooth where I'm painting over. If I just zoom in a little bit so you can see. So look at the difference that it's making as I paint over the skin. Now obviously this is way too blurred. This is, this is completely flawless. This is like a doll. So you're not going to want to keep it like this when you finish the photo. You're going to want to lower the opacity of the blur so it looks real. So what I'm going to do is just head around the face and paint all the skin, and I'll kick into time lapse again, and I'll have some final words when I'm done. Okay, so I've gone around and I've blurred the whole face. Now obviously at the minute it looks pretty ridiculous. I mean, you if anyone saw that, they'd think, what the hell, she doesn't look real. So what we're obviously going to do now is lower the opacity of our layer, of our smoothing layer, until it's looking real. So what I do is put it all the way back down to 0 and just slowly bring it in until you're happy. Now I'm happy with it quite there, about 36, 37. It's looking quite good, but obviously you can dial in as much blur as you like. If you're going for the completely fake look, then you can bring it all in. If you're going for just a slight smoothing, then you can bring it down to about 10. And obviously that's still a bit of an improvement. Obviously if you look without it and then with it, you can see it blurs it just a little bit, just so it looks quite nice. But I'm going to leave it in probably about 40. I'm thinking that looks quite nice. So that's how you can smooth skin in Photoshop. Like I said, there are other ways you can do it, but this method is relatively quick and easy and produces decent results. Anyway, I hope you found this video helpful, and I'll be back with more screencasts real soon. Take care, guys.